This has been recorded by a studio from Norway. Never got a green light to be released on any other television than Scandinavia. And I found a excerpt from it. It's not really high quality, but the English is there, or the English translations are there. You might be able to read it. If not, then please let it know in the comment section down below, but I'll discuss everything said as well. So this is the former police chief from Srebrenica. He's talking about how he and multiple other big people from the community got put in a helicopter and they got sent into this big meeting room with the president of the time, Alija Izetbegovic.
Bio je veliki sto, mi smo seli za sto, mi delegacija, i bio je Alija Izetbegovic kao predsjedništva Bosne i Hercegovine. Imali smo sastanak.
This was the HQ from the Bosnian army in Sarajevo, or the resistance groups, and they met here, and I stayed in this hotel last winter as well. It's a beautiful hotel, but it carries a heavy load, let's just put it that way.
The Srebrenica representatives were surprised that the president himself received them.
He said, "I'll give you exactly the words which President Izetbegovic told us." First thing he said, "My dear people of Srebrenica, how are you?"
Begović, dragi moji Srebreničani, kako ste? Dobro je, kako ste vi?
"Fine, Mr. President, how are you?" And then he says, "Clinton has made me a proposal."
Predsjednik. Nudi mi Clinton da uđu četnici u Srebrenicu, izvrše pokolj 5000 muslimana i bit će vojna intervencija NATO snaga na srpske položaje u cijeloj Bosni i Hercegovini.
He said, "Clinton has promised me, give up 5,000 Muslim men to be slaughtered by the Serbian forces in Srebrenica. 5,000. In trade of that, we will be able to bomb various kinds of Serbian targets throughout Bosnia and Herzegovina. What do you think about that?" That's what the Bosnian president asked multiple big people from the Srebrenica community. And this is exactly this documentary and these witnesses, he's not the only one, I've searched up the other witnesses as well, are the reason I do not respect Alija Izetbegovic and his actions, not all of them, but these actions, as other people in Bosnia and Herzegovina who just see him as a hero. Let's say a trade-off / a sacrifice, which is just, I don't know. I just don't know how to describe this. Just, let's say a man worthy of presidency, a man who talked the way he did, the way he presented himself, is an insane liar if this is a question which he asked the people from Srebrenica. If you ask this, it already shows that you have two faces. And that's something that disgusts me about the Bosnian war, to say so. This exact thing.
Šta vi mislite o tome? Ja sam skočio i kajem, jesu ti lud? Ko će dati ti na klanje, ti ne ideš, ti na klanje, ti ne ideš.
He said, I jumped up and said, "Are you crazy? Who's going to be slaughtered? You're not the one going to be slaughtered." Which is exactly the same thing. I mean, how can you decide about someone's life that easily if you're not willing to sacrifice your own? She apparently isn't.
Ovo je ono što je on rekao. I onda je počela rasprava. Da li je to njemu Clinton nudio? Da li nije? Ja.
So, then the thing is, he says, okay, that's when we started discussing amongst the other people from the Srebrenica community, is this something Clinton really offered him? Because it sounds kind of crazy, but then again, nothing is really too crazy when it comes to America and warfare, to be honest. So, it has not been confirmed that Clinton has offered this. It is confirmed that the Bosnian president asked this to the Srebrenica people. So, in this case, Clinton has a clean sheet, to say so, since there are no witnesses regarding that. But he says, I don't know if Clinton really offered it him. Maybe it was just a play or a way to convince them to do it.
Ne znam, nemam nakon naših izmijenjani nekoliko riječi, rečenica, gospodin Izetbegović je pitao da li prihvatamo zamjenu Srebrenice i Vogošće, jer ima tu ponudu.
After that, he asked if we can swap Srebrenica for Vogošća, because we can swap cities/towns, to say so. And then he said, Mr. President, if you called us here for this, you shouldn't have called us at all, because we have no mandate to be able to decide about this.
Mi smo u glas, tad su i drugi učesnici rekli, predsjedniče, ako ste nas zvali radi toga, niste nas trebali zvati, jer mi nemamo mandat da mijenjamo teritorije, ni da nam je to dao narod u tome.
Izetbegovic then ended the meeting. Still appalled by the president's outrageous proposal, Hakija and the Srebrenica delegation were paraded as war heroes.
Heroj Srebrenice, Žepe i Goražda, pa vas molim da ih pozdravite.
Poslije toga smo nas uveli na sjednicu, sjednica je trajala. Bilo je to mučno i mi smo distvali.
So he says after that, we all gathered with each other, all the people from Srebrenica were there, and we were just in shock. I didn't know what to say, what to do. That's such a proposal, which is just insane. Just the fact that it gets proposed in the first place is just insane. So if you guys want to see more regarding, more videos regarding the Srebrenica enclave and regarding this documentary, or actually if you want to see this documentary itself, you can look up on YouTube A Town Betrayed, Srebrenica A Town Betrayed, and you will find the full version of this documentary. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy these two videos to see one story on what exactly happened with the facts, and with another, let's say, another story which makes it look like a whole different picture. Regardless of these two stories and on what happened, this does not deny the fact that 8,000 people were brutally murdered and executed there, which never should have happened in the first place, and which will never be forgotten by the people, family who had to bury their family members, or entirely families who just disappeared on that day. And the fact that you just leave a town unarmed like that to its fate, does it mean that all the Serbs are bad? No, because it takes a really, really, really fucked up person, doesn't matter which nationality you are, but a really fucked up person, literally sick in the head, to execute civilians on such a scale. German soldiers from World War II were sick and using drugs to be numb while doing it. The fact that these people were enjoying doing this, that's the sick part. No one forced these Serbian soldiers to pull the trigger. You as a man have a decision to pull a trigger. Even when within the army, you decide to pull the trigger. You can deny orders, you decide to pull the trigger on kids, on men, on civilians, and not unpersonally a kilometer away. No, literally looking you right in the eyes and shooting them. This is not something you have to do. This is not something a soldier will ever be forced to do. Well, in this case, maybe they were forced to do it, but yet again, you have a choice, and the fact that you didn't pick the right thing says more about you and your consciousness than about anything else in the world. I hope you guys like this two-part series on the Srebrenica enclave. Leave a like down below if you liked it. Comment on what you think about this whole happening, to say so, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.
Perfect.